All right, now we're back today, again here July 4th weekend at the range, and as promised in the last video, I have brought out some of my World War II rifles to test out at 25 yards. And here we have the old workhorse of World War II for us, the M1 Garand. Again, with all my World War II rifles, I'm so happy and so blessed to have picked them up. It's such a beautiful piece of history, and they're such sweet shooting rifles. Again, rifle is unloaded. I'm going to shoot this here. I have two different types of ammunition with me today. I have some actual surplus ammunition. It's over in my bag. I'll show it to you when I go to shoot it. I only have one clip of that. And I also have some reloads here that one of the guys on the paintball team cooked up for me. So Hornady VMAX, or not VMAX, Critical Defense, sorry. And they're 150 grain. And I've shot I'm actually running out of them. I've kept the surplus of them for a while now, but I'm finally hitting my last batch of them before I have to start buying 30-06 again. So let's take this to the tabletop here, and we'll do a quick overview of it, and get back to the range, and we'll do some shooting. See you then. Okay guys, we have the M1 Garand here on the table, and I'm going to go ahead and do a quick field strip and reassembly. So you got my Team Preacher patch here. That's my buddy, actually from Mission Masters, where we played paintball. You guys check him out. I'll link his YouTube channel here in the description. Okay, M1 Garand, or I believe the correct pronunciation is Garand, but because I've been calling it Garand so long, it's just the way it's gonna be. It's stuck that way. So anyway, I digress. Let's go ahead and disassemble the rifle. First, we're going to check and make sure the rifle is indeed unloaded. Both visually, we can see that there is no rounds in the rifle, there is no clip, and we want to check the chamber just to make sure it is clear, which it is. So we're going to go ahead and disassemble the rifle. I'm going to pull the bolt back slightly and then pull the clip ejector down a little bit to release the bolt. What we're going to do now is, here at the trigger guard, you have to, just like a M1A, of course the M1A got this mechanism, or this disassembly from the Garand, but you pull back slightly and then pull down, and the whole trigger assembly will come out. Okay, we're going to set that aside. Basically what I do for this, I'll just wipe it down, visually inspect it to make sure there's nothing out of the ordinary, and put a couple drops of oil in the mechanism where it moves back and forth, just to keep it operating nicely. So, got that out of the way. Now we can remove the upper assembly from the stock. To do so, this one's actually kind of tight. There we go. Lift up, and we can set the lower portion of the stock assembly aside. Basically, like I said, you're just going to lift up on that and forward, because it actually locks into the bottom of the stock right up here in this area. So you got to push up and forward a little bit, and it'll come right out. So, okay, we're going to go ahead and further disassemble the upper receiver here, the upper receiver portion, and the barrel. So what we're going to do is remove the operon first. We're going to pull the recoil spring out. There's a little notch right here, and it just slides right out like that, and this is the notch. You have to make sure you put that in correctly when you reassemble, or it won't actuate the operating rod. So we're going to set that aside. Normally for the spring, I just put a small coat of oil on it, wipe it down, make sure it's all good, visually inspect for signs of rust or anything like that. Okay, we're going to go ahead and disassemble the upper receiver portion. I'm going to go ahead and pull the charging handle to operon back. just slightly and get it to release the bolt here. Let's see if I can do that. There we go. I'm not going to take that out. We're going to go ahead and just slide the bolt forward. Oop, it came out the bottom. But there is the bolt for the M1 Garand. And I'll basically make sure the extractor's clean of debris and everything. It looks like it's still got grease on it from the last time I shot it, but we'll go ahead and apply a light coat of grease, and then we will make sure everything else is clean, grease the parts in here that everything slides back and forth on. But that's really about it for the M1 Garand. Excellent rifle. As you guys will see, I absolutely love this rifle, but let's go ahead and reassemble it here. We're going to take the bolt, put it back in at a small angle. It's kind of tricky. Let it fall down in place and catch. And then pull the operon up and let it catch onto the bolt. Confirm that it moves back and forth and such. We're going to go ahead and flip this over and reinstall the recoil spring mechanism. And it just comes down here. And make sure the bolt is forward before you do this. Just makes things easier. We'll go ahead and slide the recoil spring in, and there's a little arm in here, as I mentioned before, that you have to lock this into. So let's go ahead and do just that. There we go. And that is the proper orientation that it should be. So let's go ahead and confirm that the bolt goes back and forth as it does. It was locking back there. Okay, so that's good. Let's go ahead and turn this to the side and get the lower stock portion. Going to just slightly slide it in as such. And it locks right in like that. And then we'll get the trigger mechanism. And there's two tracks that it has to ride on as it goes down. You'll notice right here, that fits into the grooves that are right here into the stock mechanism. I'm sorry, they're back here actually, like such. It falls right into place. Take the trigger guard, lock it down, confirm that the rifle operates, functions as should. The bolt locks back, don't get Garand thumb. Okay. So enough of me talking. That's the basic disassembly of the M1 Garand, or the M1 Garand. And let's go ahead and take it to the range here, and I'll show you the amazing work that this thing did. It came out on top of the 3 rifles that I shot. So, alright guys, I'm going to put some rounds down range here with my M1 Garand, and we'll see how she shoots. I haven't adjusted or touched the sights on this thing at all, so whoever had it before me, that's what they're set to. Again, I'm shooting some reloaded rounds, Hornady critical defense ammo. At the time, that was the only 30-06 that I could find to load into this, so alright, let's see what she can do. That generally doesn't happen. That's what happens when you don't load the clip properly. Hope I didn't throw off my rhythm. I got a good group going. Man, I don't know if I got a bad clip or what, but I'm just not having luck today. I brought a couple extra clips with me. In fact, I'm going to switch out and I'll be right back. Actually, I only have 3 rounds left in that clip, so I'm just going to single load them here. Through one shot, just out of the bullseye. It's always got to be one. I think the old Garand here is going to win the day for accuracy. Yeah, I think the Garand wins. I got to show you guys this. Come walk with me. And this is why I love this rifle. Oh. Well, not exceptional. For me, this is nice. This guy right here. This is the one I knew I threw. But M1 Garand, guys. They're worth it. So that was 8 rounds of my reloaded ammunition. Now I'm going to put 8 rounds, if the clip will work, I'm going to put 8 rounds of the, the surplus ammunition from World War II, and I'll shoot the top target, and we'll see how it goes. Okay guys, this is the surplus ammunition that I have. When I bought the rifle, it came with 2 bandoliers and a couple extra packs of these here. 30 caliber ball M2. I'm not sure the grain weight, but let's see how these do in comparison to the reloads that I had done. Hopefully this clip will cooperate. Haven't had much luck with magazines or clips or any kind of loading device today. My old eyes, guys. I'm trying to adjust the camera here a little bit so you guys can see what's going on. See me squinting and trying to see. This is looking pretty good too, guys. Oh, I don't want to mess this up. All right, let's go down and take a look at it. And of course, people would show up, but that's okay. We're at the end of the video anyway. Now, I think this one grouped a little bit better, but I threw 2 shots. I grouped about the same. So here we have the reloaded ammunition and the surplus ammunition. I like that a lot.